What's up, everyone, and welcome back to HBCU Game Day. I am Symone Stanley, and today we have a very special guest, Raymond Boone, HBCU All-American safety from Bowie State University, recently invited to the Washington Commanders minicamp. Raymond, congratulations.
I appreciate you so much, like for real. It's a,
Of course. So you are from Landover, Maryland, literally right in the Commander's backyard. What was it like? Can you find a way to describe that moment when you got that opportunity?
um, I would say it was very exciting, but I actually like I was just waking up, so I woke up. I received a call. Um, it was a kind of surreal moment for me, I would say, because like I had prayed the whole night going to sleep, um, just kind of hoping to get a chance and an opportunity to kind of showcase my skills and ability. And because I love this game, I want to play at the next level. So I prayed all night, and I ended up getting that call in the morning. And for it to be from a team that I followed my whole entire life, been at almost at least 20 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a great feeling to get that call from my home team.
Destiny. It sounds like destiny.
Yeah, literally.
So the Bowie State Bulldogs, y'all had a very successful month of April. You guys had three players that were either invited to a mini camp or signed as undrafted free agents into the NFL. How exciting is that to see your teammates, the guys you go to war with every Saturday, getting these opportunities?
That's amazing. Just to know what guys been through their whole 4 years, whole 5 years, and most of us at Bowie State, we all grew up together. So like guys, you got guys on the team that knew each other since birth. Guys knew each other since we were part of elementary school or something like that, and we had guys who were high school teammates. So like to be able to see guys that you went to war with every single Saturday and every day in practice, you know what I'm saying, get what they deserve and what they work for is it's kind of surreal. I would say that it's a bittersweet moment, kind of seeing all three of us leave. But they got some great talent coming back to Bowie State. So for us to be able to kind of be like some founding fathers for the rest of the guys that come up, you know what I'm saying? It's a great feeling, and I know DJ Josh like on like the back of their hands, so like, I know they just as excited as I am for them. So
What makes this draft class out of Bowie State so special to see? I believe out of all the HBCUs, you guys have the most players getting opportunities in the NFL this season.
it just goes to show that tradition never graduates. You know what I'm saying? We probably had a couple other players from Bowie State that could have had opportunities to go to the next level, but just wasn't fortunate enough to be blessed with that situation. But for us to be able to, I would say, I feel like we did something that guys know. I would say for us to have going to the NFL from one team, different backgrounds, you know what I'm saying, but all three out of Bowie State, you know what I'm saying. That's something that really hasn't been done before. So um, I would say that I can't even. I would say that this team has probably been put on a different pedestal than they had before now. As
Okay.
far as football, FCS, D1, anything you want to like, I feel like you can go anywhere and anywhere in the country as far as HBCU, D2, D3, anywhere and still make it. So I think we did a pretty good job as far as keeping everybody together as far as football, outside of football, um, performing at legacy bowls and mini camps and pro days and stuff like that. So I think we did a really good job as far as getting this whole process together, and it worked out for us.
It surely did. So you started your college career in the ACC and then you moved and transferred to Bowie State. How do you feel like your time with the Bulldogs turned you into a pro?
I started in the Big Ten.
Oh, the Big Ten? I
Maryland has,
keep thinking I keep thinking Maryland is still in the ACC. Okay, the Big Ten, but Maryland,
I would
former
say
ACC program.
I would say that Bowie State prepared me for life. Maryland was more so of I would say God made that my pit stop. I needed to be there. I needed to be there to be seen, to learn what I need to learn. Um, I would say Bowie State was more so of a, okay, like, yeah, you were a 4-star, 5-star type of guy. You could have went to Bama's, Georgia, stuff like that. You settled down. You went to Maryland, stayed home. You know what I'm saying? Learn what you need to learn. And yeah, I ended up making a transition to go to Bowie State, which is ultimately one of my best decisions I ever made, for the simple fact that it taught me not to ever give up on myself. If I was at Maryland, I wouldn't say I wouldn't. I would probably would have went first, second round had I stayed there through my whole. You know what I'm saying? But being able to leave and get back to what I wanted to do, ultimately, I would say that Bowie State taught me about patience, how to persevere through situations. Because a lot of people don't know, we had a really messed up time last year as far as financial aid, building, housing, and everything. But it taught me that I couldn't kind of hang my head down. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep going, pressing through. I would say at Maryland, I probably wouldn't have had to deal with that situation. So, um, Bowie State told me about real life, I would say, and it's now helping me to transition into this next phase where every day is more so like you can't give up. Bowie State kind of helped me become a pro, but I would say that Maryland gave me the tools to start that foundation, I would say.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So, how do you feel like the HBCU Legacy Bowls and those showcases help raise your profile?
I would say, being that I won't say I was the only one, but I was one of the only redshirt juniors to come out and declare this year. So I knew that I had a year or two more years to play college football, but it was more so, it was just the right timing for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 23 years old. I had already been at a Power Five school. I'd already played at Bowie State, won 3 championships here. So it was like, I just felt like it was time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to come out into the draft too old, be like no 25-year-old draft pick. Yeah, I felt like it was just time. And basically the Legacy Bowl, the NFL HBCU Combine, all of that was great. Like I say, I say it helped raise my name. But ultimately, I think my film spoke for itself. I'm not a very talkative guy, but when I do speak, like, I like to make myself known and heard. So being able to be in the HBCU Legacy Bowl, meeting with all 32 teams individually, being able to speak to them, getting to feel what they need from me or what they like from me and stuff like that, that kind of opened doors for what's happening right now. So I would say the HBCU Bowl is something that shouldn't be frowned upon or looked down on. Like, it needs to be held just as high as those recent games, tropical and everything like that in that sense. Because I think people, yeah, we had one, I would say, in HBCU, but I've probably never seen this many guys from the HBCU get this opportunity. And a lot of those guys played in that HBCU Legacy Bowl or went to that NFL Combine. So it's like, I would say that Doug Williams and Troy Vincent, all of the guys as part of that, they did a really good job as far as getting us exposure, having us on NFL Network all weekend, broadcasting that whole thing. So I would say that helped me a lot, tremendously.
So, were you surprised that only one player got drafted out of a HBCU?
Yeah, very. Not even to out anybody or any other schools, but talent is talent, hard work is hard work. Film is definitely just film, regardless of where it's being played at. Film is film. So if we really gonna sit and evaluate film, I don't think you're gonna find like 10 guys, 20 guys that's just flat out better than a couple of the HBCU prospects that came out this year. I would say it is because of where we are. Um, I'm not gonna put that as a stopping block for us, because in the game we still here. We got an opportunity. Um, but I would say that they do frown upon HBCU sometimes because of the competition level. Like, granted, we don't get to play Alabama every single week.
Yeah.
Get that film, like guys like the Kobe Durant, like he got to play against Clemson, teams like that. I'm at a D2 HBCU. The most we might get is Delaware State. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more so like every time we got the chance to take to the field, as far as like putting good film out there with good against good teams, I feel like we did that. So I didn't feel like that one HBCU draft pick was enough to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get us over the hump, I would say.
So you feel like the next step would be to continue to schedule those bigger teams and maybe because a lot of times it's just one each season.
Yeah.
Do you think scheduling multiple a season will help with the film and draft stock?
I would say it wouldn't help necessarily if you don't do it the right way. So going and trying to play 1,000 schools, like I guess it's a school named VUL something.
Mm-hmm.
They try to play D1 teams, Power Fives all the time, and it doesn't work out in their favor. Like they don't get to recruit over and over. That doesn't get them to recruit because they're playing on that schedule. I would say being able to have those teams in your schedule will help you get recruits for sure. Those 4-star, 5-star recruits that don't necessarily want to go Power Five. Like if they see you playing Georgia and your school, you at Prairie View or something like that, like yeah, like why wouldn't I want to come there? You know what I'm saying? But I would say like scheduling those teams type stuff will help us as far as being evaluated. So no one wants to see me catch 3 interceptions in a row against Livingstone. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to if I was playing against Georgia, that would be a whole different story. Like, I'd probably be Sports Center top 10, top 5 every week. You know what I'm saying? Because I caught 3 interceptions against Georgia as opposed to Livingstone. That's the difference what I'm making. So one game could change your life for Power Five.
Yeah.
It takes your whole career. You know what I'm saying? Whole damn 4 years in HBCU D2 or something. So I would say that's the kind of only difference. And this is coming from somebody who left school early. So I would say uh, being able to have that film definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree because Jacoby Durant, he had those 2 interceptions against Clemson, and in that game there was a lot of scouts. I remember when I was on the um, shuttle to the game, there was like 2 scouts from the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah, probably
at
right.
that game, and that was just an early September game, and it was a whole bunch of NFL scouts at that game because it was at Clemson, and he was able to show out there. So I definitely think having being at those games, having those scouts on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So you have on your Twitter, you have a video and it says the best safety in college football.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you stand out at your position?
I made that caption that year because like it was a factual statement for me. I know everybody's entitled to an opinion, but numbers don't lie. I ended up that year with like 8 interceptions. I had over 60 tackles solo, probably about 6 or 7 pass deflection that year. So I think as far as the numbers standpoint, I took care of that aspect. I would say film aspect too. Bowie State doesn't always record every single game. And even when we do, they miss plays and stuff. It's not like Power Five where you can watch every single thing. You can see what people thinking in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we was on huddle, so we missed a couple games, so I didn't get the stats that I deserved. But yeah, that year I titled that. I made that my caption because it was just the truth for me. I feel like my range, uh, the way that I study my film is kind of different than a lot of, I would say, most regular players. I'm very detailed. I work in watching film and learning the game. My responsibility. Um, the way that I can get from off the hash to sideline, the way that I can come from 20 yards deep and make tackles. I feel like that is something that's kind of helped me be able to have an advantage over the games, whether I was at Bowie State or Maryland. Even at Maryland at a Power 5 level, probably had 25 interceptions in one spring. Spring camp is only 3.5 weeks. Like that just shows how intensively I watch film, how much I study passing concepts and progressions of quarterbacks and stuff, how they move their arms, hands, um, even from reading their head movement and eyes. So it just I take a lot in this game. I mean, I do a lot for this game to be able to play the game how I play the game. I feel like I'm the best safety period in this draft because of my versatility. You can put me in a box. Even if I don't play the box, I can play from 20 yards deep and make tackles in the backfield.
When you go to the rookie minicamp, what part of your game are you focused on showing off?
Um, well, my plans for the rookie minicamp is just to show that I can take the knowledge that we learn in the classroom and take it to the field as quick as possible. I want to show that I'm very consistent in learning my playbook, very frequent in doing that also, and I also want to showcase my athleticism as well. And that's pretty much been my go-to. So I'm not really worried about anything. I'm in shape. I work out. I'm not worried about being tired. Just more so, I want to make sure that they see that I can take information from the classroom and bring it on the field instantly, and not have a not a back end, but more so, I'm not behind. You know what I'm saying? I can keep up and kind of be consistent, and not consistent, just more ahead of everybody a little bit when it comes to bringing knowledge from the classroom to the field.
Okay, well, we're super excited for you, Raymond. Like we said, the way that this happened for you being literally in the Commanders' backyard and getting that call from them, it seems like the stars are aligning, so we are all going to be
But
rooting for you.
I'm blessed for sure.
Well, guys, I am Symone. He is Raymond. We are here with HBCU Game Day. Thank you guys so much for joining us.